cussing at them while they're on the ground and cussing at them while they're kicking them, asking them where the other.
When did the police department contact you to tell you that there had been an incident with your son?
The police department never contacted me at all.
Say that for me one more time. So when did the police contact you about your son?
They never contacted me. The Wichita Police Department never contacted me at all.
So you were contacted by family members?
Yes, I was woke up to a phone call at 6, starting at 6 in the morning, all the way up to maybe 9. Everybody wondering where Tim is. Is Tim okay? And I'm still not knowing what's going on because nobody's contacted me or told me anything. So I had to get up and be the investigator that morning of April 13th. At 6 in the morning, I was the investigator. I called the police department. They told me that I might need to watch the news.
So someone at the police department told you that you would need to watch the news to get information about your son?
Yes. And then I kind of went off on the police department. I told them that might be my son, that one of the boys might be my son. And then they played the little pity pat game, and then they eventually ended up giving me a number to a detective who never answered his phone whatsoever. Never called my number back, never did anything.
Is there anything else you want to tell the world?
I would like to tell the world that if you can't depend on the people that's here to protect and serve you, who do you depend on? Why would you call somebody that you're scared to call, not knowing if you're going to live or die when you call them? Who wants to live their life like that? And justice needs to be served.
About my nephew, Timothy Collins, the way they treated my sister. He was shot at 4 o'clock in the morning, and at 7 o'clock I had got up on Facebook and seen my niece had made a post about something was wrong with her brother. I immediately called my sister, and she didn't know nothing, not whether her son was alive, dead, or anything. I had to eventually call around to every hospital, only to be told that I had to contact the police by St. Francis. So we immediately goes up there. They never offered us a room, a family room for us to go in. We went outside to smoke a cigarette, and they locked the doors on us. Sent 7 police cars up there with 2 police officers in each car, only to tell us that the chief was in a meeting and that they didn't know nothing. We eventually left from up there. We never found out anything until about 5, 6 o'clock that evening, when they finally came to the house, only to tell my sister that they shoot to kill to her face, and let her know that her son is dead. At the hospital, he was never there. We ended up finding out that he was at the forensic file, only 2 blocks away from the house that we was at. We never got to see him until we went up to the funeral home. That's when we finally got to see him. There has been no justice. They have not called my sister to find out anything about her son. It's just no justice going on. Every time we're at the club, every weekend, there's police out there, like there's a big-ass riot on the inside of the club. They out there with their horses, running us over, kicking us, threatening us, beating us up. While, just causing riots for the black people. They're not out here to protect us. I also have friends that have nice cars, and just because they have nice cars and, they're used to be drug dealers or named drug dealers down at the state, they want to beat them up and take their money when they don't have any drugs in the car. They don't have any reason to even pull them over a seatbelt ticket. And then they beat them up and send them to the hospital. Just stop the violence with our young black men and our young black children and our mothers. Use your tasers. Stop killing us. I mean, there's other forms of justice out here.
I have a question. Was your nephew, Timothy, was he in a gang?
No, he wasn't. They have no proof that he's on there. It's not on file anywhere that he's in a gang. Only thing they have is hearsay. Somebody or what they say.
So he had never been arrested?
He's never been arrested.
And he was 17?
And he was only 17, a kid. And I feel like at 17, his mother should have been the first one contacted. Not his girlfriend, not his homies, his mama or his daddy.
Listening to their story it's like hearing our story all over again because it happened like pretty much the same way.
Yeah, it's definite. There's a
And we
pattern.
still haven't got no answers from anyone.
Okay, I'm here with Shantae Day, who is the daughter of Karen Jackson. We're outside City Hall. Why are you here today?
I'm here because the police shot my mama several times. She shot her they said she got shot 3 times, but when I seen her at Jackson's funeral home, she actually got shot 4 times. They gunned my mama down for apparently no reason to me. They could have did other things besides shoot to kill.
Have the police given you any information?
No, they have not. They have not even contacted anyone in our family. They didn't even contact to let us know that she was deceased. When I asked the police when I got on the scene, was she okay? They told me that they couldn't tell me anything. They couldn't tell me anything, but by 11:30 on the internet, they had more information than what I had. I had no information about what happened to my mother. People was calling me, telling me what happened to my mother off of the internet, and I don't believe that that's right.
Was your mother a violent person?
No, she was not. She was the sweetest person in the world. You can ask her anything. She would help you out. She'll do anything. She wouldn't even harm a fly. I mean, she was not harmless to anybody.
A lot of your friends refer to her as Mama Karen.
Yes.
Because she
was a
helped
mother
raise.
to everybody. She loved everybody. Anybody she would accept and love them like they were her own.
Is there anything else you want to tell us?
I just want to say what they did was wrong. It's for you to shoot to kill. The person that you say were stabbing themselves, that was not right. You can see that she needed help if that was the case. I just still don't believe that that's the case that she stabbed herself because, to my knowledge, there was no stab to her chest or abdomen at all. So you guys need to figure out what else you need to do besides shooting to kill. It's not right, and people are really getting hurt over this.
I'm here outside of City Hall with Rendell Smart, who is the father of Marquez Smart, who was gunned down by police officers in Old Town. Can you tell me why you're here today, sir?
I'm here to let my story be heard because it's not justified and I want to hear the truth.
Can I have you speak up just a little? I'm sorry.
I'm here to tell my story about my son and the information that I received, which is very little. And, they call it justified. How can they call it justified? And they're not even through investigating the case.
And the officers in this case, it's well known that the officers fired several shots, but they haven't released any ballistics reports or autopsy reports to show who was shot by who. Have they given you any information to tell you who was shot by whom in this situation?
No, they haven't given me any information. As well as they have not tried to contact me one time, set up an appointment to meet with District Attorney Parker, Kelly Parks or something like that, Karen Parker. Kim Park, excuse me. And they haven't returned my calls. I've been doing all the investigating. I had to make the initiative to contact the detective to see what's going on with my son. The night it happened, March the 10th, I received a call about 10 minutes till 2 o'clock in the morning, Friday night. And I was told my son had got shot down in Old Town. But before I got the phone call, I had my police scanner on. I listened to it every night. And I was sitting outside listening to it about quarter till, and I'm hearing a lot of commotion down in Old Town, talking about shootings and block this street and block that street. So I'm listening. I know my son frequents down the club. So I said to myself, I hope my son is not involved in any of this. I sat out there. They said how many people got shot and had died. They said that, and I'm listening. It was about 10 minutes before they even called the ambulance. I'm listening to the scanner, sitting outside. I go in the house 7 to 12 minutes later. I'm still listening to the scanner. My son's mother calls me and tells me the information that our son's been shot. So I tell her, I heard it on the scanner. She said, well, I'm on my way down to the hospital, St. Francis. She didn't know which hospital it was in. She was going to the closest one by the scene. So I met her down there. I got there about 2:20. And we went in the hospital. They never let us know if our son was in there. They told us they had multiple victims back there. And they couldn't tell us if one of them was our son or not, but they questioned his mom about his identity, tattoo markings, tall, short, hairstyle, whatnot. We was there about 2.5 hours, 3 hours before they let us know that our son passed away. One officer and the chaplain called the family and took us into the back room and asked us what was our son's name. We stated his name. And the lady officer said, well, your son was shot multiple times and he didn't make it. Well, of course, we went ballistic. You understand? Anybody would. My son was only 23 years old. They never said if he had a weapon. I have no information. I've contacted the detectives. They don't return my call. This happened March the 10th. I've been to the coroner's office several times. I've been down to get his evidence. His evidence is not there. It is here. The detective would call me once and said, you can go pick it up. I go down there. All of his stuff is not there. True enough, they may have some of his belongings that they need